Hello friends. Today we're talking about scheduling things that you keep missing. When you have something that you put in your planner, you have all purposes and intents of doing that thing. Let's say it's a weekly home blessing hour or it's clutter stop or whatever it is. Doesn't matter what it is. And at the end of the day, you didn't do it. You looked at your planner that morning. You looked at your planner the night before, but still that night when you look at it, you think, oh man, I didn't do this thing. Why is that happening? Especially if it happens over and over, and I'll tell you why. The reason it didn't happen is because you didn't schedule it. Yes, it's in your planner. So it could be in your planner. Let me show you an example. It could be in your planner like, okay, we'll do this one. We've got, it's car and purse day. You've written that at the top maybe, and you've got some things you have to do. You've got an appointment, you've got to work a little bit. I do, this is me. And right here is car and purse day, 4:30 to 5 p.m. And then I've got to go to a football game. If I didn't put this down here from 4:30 to 5 p.m., I'm probably not going to get car and purse day done. It has to be at a particular time. So it's like making an appointment with yourself. If you just write it down and you don't have it set as an appointment, it's probably not going to happen. The reason is that an appointment gives priority to something. And you want priority of the things you want to do in your house because these things aren't going to get done unless you do them. And if it's part of streamlining your house for your family, it's a priority. Let's talk about priorities for a minute. When you have a brain dump, you dump things down and you prioritize them, you're putting the most important thing first, right? So when you're creating your planner for the week, maybe you're using things from your brain dump, things that you've been wanting to do. Maybe you are looking at the regular FlyLady plan, things that you feel like you need to do. The reason these things become a priority is because there is something you want to do for your family, because your family is your priority. You want to streamline your home so that things are easy to find and the home is easy to live in, giving everyone more time with each other and less time in chaos. So when you're planning out your day, you can't say, well, I'll do the weekly home blessing hour if I get a chance. Well, you won't ever get a chance. You have to plan it for a specific time. So the reason I say that is because no one wants to do those things. It takes an hour. You know, I talked to you about letting your children do things or delegating things to your children that take 5 or 10 minutes. You have to do something for a whole hour, weekly home blessing hour. Now you might delegate it into little pieces and give some away, but it still requires your overseeing for that hour. And so as a human being, it's not something you want to do. It's not hard. If you went to a job where you were paid to work and somebody said, okay, for the next hour, you have to vacuum, dust, mop, and clean the glass and empty the garbage and run a load of laundry. And then that's all you have to do. You think, oh, that's so easy, and I'm only allowed to spend 10 minutes in each one of those areas. I could totally do that. But somehow when it's in your home, it's like, oh no, it's so much work, okay? The only reason I know that is because I am you. I know how that feels. So you have to schedule it and get it out of your mind. Get out of there. Don't play in there. If you do, you're going to get stuck in a rut, and you're not going to want to do your work. The idea is to ideally get your work done as early as possible in the day. So if it is car and purse day and it's also zone 2, the kitchen, you're going to get up in the morning as an at-home homemaker, do your morning routine followed by your 15 minutes in the kitchen, followed by the 5 or 10 minutes in the car that you do every week. And then you're done. The only thing left to do is clutter stops, where you're looking around for things that are out of place. They've already been decluttered in the past. They have a home, they're just not in their home. So you're picking it up, not passing it up, 3 times a day. If you have little ones that dump toys on the floor 4 times a day, putting those back. And then your after, you got to make dinner, and then your after dinner routine and your before bed routine. That's all you have left to do. And those things need to be done every day. You don't want to be that woman who serves dinner to her family and leaves the dishes in the sink to soak overnight. Because guess what that makes you? That woman who has to go into that filthy kitchen in the morning and put her hands into that cold, greasy water and deal with those gross dishes. I don't want you to be that woman. I want you to be the woman that walks down the stairs or comes around the corner into a bright and beautiful kitchen with an empty sink, a dishwasher full of clean dishes or a dish rack full of clean dishes, sparkling counters, swept floor. It feels so much better than to come into drudgery first thing in the morning. It's no way to start your day. That's why you want to prioritize. So prioritize your tasks. Now, it doesn't mean when you prioritize something that you must do it first thing in the morning. That doesn't make it a priority just because you're doing it first thing in the morning. Your day may be such that you can't do your weekly home blessing first thing in the morning, or car and purse day, or errand day, or whatever it is. And you have to plan that for when the children are napping, or when your husband gets home from work, or some other later time. Maybe you have to go visit your father in the hospital and you're just going to not be able to do that until later in the day. And so maybe it's at 3 instead of at 10 in the morning. But if it, let's take the weekly home blessing hour. So you've planned out your day. You know you're going to see your father. You know you're going to be back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then you can plan 3 to 4 weekly home blessing hour. Go in your house, get it done, put your stuff away. You're going to feel so good for the whole week because you did that. And each thing you prioritize in that manner is going to make your life easier. It's going to make your life more streamlined. It's going to make your family calmer. Number one, you're going to feel better. And when you feel better, you set the pace for the whole house. So start prioritizing. Prioritizing the work in the FlyLady system. Prioritize that first. Then you're going to have those brain dumps. You're going to have to prioritize those too. Do you know what those are? That's when you think of things when you're walking around and you say, oh no, I got to do that. When am I going to do that? You write it in your planner so that later on you can say, oh, I put these things in my planner. Let's see, that thing needs to be done when I'm in the living room. Let me go to the next time we're in zone 5 and write it down for one of my days. That thing, whatever that thing is, clean the shelves, vacuum under the cushions, whatever it happens to be. You could be in deep clean, you could be in declutter, but it's a priority and you put it down in your planner. And next time you see it, you can say, oh, I see you. I have a plan for you. And you really, really do. Okay? So remember that the 3 reasons you're doing this is to have control in your home, peace in your life, and finally learn to love yourself. By doing this, by scheduling your work, by making appointments with yourself. Just like if you were mentored by me and you were mentored on Thursday at 2 p.m., it would be in your planner, Kat 2 p.m. That's an appointment. You set that time aside. It's the same for what you're doing in your home. Set the time aside, hold yourself accountable, check it off on your planner at the end of the day. You're going to feel so much better. I'm so glad you were here to listen to this today. I hope that you take these things to heart, and I hope that you always remember that you are beautiful. So, be beautiful.